lot of people making several mistakes, right? Meaning in terms of grammatical errors, in terms of the layout, in terms of what you're presenting, etc. Hi, for those of you who don't know, my name is Jayant Rasamseti. I'm the founder of Pixeltests, and welcome to our community. Now, I hope this small session will be helpful, 10 to 15 minutes of how you go about your CV and how you're optimizing it for success. Cool. So let me share my screen. So I have a few points that I want to just first rinse and repeat that'll help all of you, right? And then from there, we are going to go with taking one CV, and hopefully I'll be able to edit it within the short span of time we have. So first off, your CV is what employers are going to look at. So that means a resume or a curriculum vitae, right? There are two kinds of versions you should always have. Many people ask me, how many versions should I have? Have at least 2 to 3 versions for every job you're applying. I repeat, at least 2 to 3 versions for every job you're applying. For instance, if you're, and I'm going to take this example of a blockchain developer, because that's one aspect that we educate in our community, right? And it's very important. So I'm going to hopefully be able to try showing you 2 versions. Now, one is for blockchain developer, one is for a blockchain architect, or maybe a blockchain leader, so on and so forth, right? 3 versions perhaps. Private companies have 2 versions, like I said. Public sector have 1 version. I don't have too much of knowledge on that area, but if you are aspiring to be in the public sector, make sure you have 2 versions there. Cool. Version 1. Let's look at a few key points. And I keep telling this within my community, but make sure it's hygiene. Always make it 1 page. As much as possible, 1 page. If you have more than 10, 20 years of experience, maybe 2 pages. Keep simple fonts. Keep very, very simple language. And keep single spacing. Don't keep too many spacing. That's a mistake I see again and again. Like I said, if you have a PhD or something big, then you keep long resumes. Don't keep these date of births, marital status. Private companies don't require that. No need of your photo. Mistakes people make again and again. Okay. Now, name, make sure it's in capital letters. Don't keep it in small. Typically, that's the good format. Address, write your clear address in this format. If it's in the US, you can have your US address. I'll just give an example of US. Yeah, let's give an US example. So let's say 700 Columbus Avenue. This should be it. Sweet and simple. Next, the city that you want your opportunity in. It's typically better to keep the city that you want the job in. I repeat, city that you want the job in. So let's say you're in Indore, but you want the job in Bangalore. Better to keep the city in Bangalore, because it's a perception risk, right? If they seem that it's closer, in Bangalore, they can even call you for an interview in 2-3 days. If it's Indore, they'll be like thinking, oh, should I fly him in and all of that. Phone number, make sure the format is this. No other, don't keep any other formats. Every other combination is kind of wrong. Some people might like it in latex, try to do it in latex. Okay, work experience. The purpose of work experience is to demonstrate as many skills that you have for that job. I repeat, it's to be able to demonstrate as many skills that you have for that job, right? Or that you want to apply to. For instance, if you want to apply to blockchain developer, try to reorient or repurpose your skills in a way that will help that particular job, right? So blockchain developers do not really care too much about leadership skills, right? So you suppress the leadership part, but start using nouns and adjectives and verbs that will help the current job that you're applying. Suppose if you apply for an architect or a team lead at a blockchain, then you have to show a little bit more about the leadership skills, right? And so on and so forth. So how you tweak your work experience also depends on what job you're applying to. I mean, the writer. Education, always the highest education first, right? So it's going to be professional followed by education. Always do that. Postdoc, PhD, highest qualification first, followed by graduation year. MS, MTech, MCA, purpose to demonstrate only subjects relevant to top 2, and overall GPA is fine. If your GPA is a little less, then I think you should just leave it. But meaning if you have more than 10 years of experience, less than 5 years, it's better to give the GPA or the marks. It's important. Right? Clearly, the key subjects, right? That might be helpful for this job that you're applying, or the subjects relevant to your thesis. Like for instance, I did mechanical engineering, so just some keys to topics there. But if I'm applying for a blockchain developer job, then I'm going to even look at it, right? Tools, very, very important. Purpose is to demonstrate proficiency in that job. What does that mean? So let's say Solidity is something you know, then just write Solidity, right? And if you need some front-end framework, write React, so on and so forth. Don't write more than 2 tools. Everybody understands that there's just way too many tools there. And you can't master all. Interest, try to show interest. Don't write words that you are a leader or that you have sense of humor. You have to show something that you've done, right? So maybe you're the captain of I don't know, the district cricket team, or maybe you're into ice skating and or maybe you're a karate black belt or something like that. So show that shows well-known interest. Don't say that you have an interest in watching movies. Don't use verbs there. That's the place where you show titles, a little bit of titles. Cool. So so let's go to the next. So the next is work experience theme. Prior to upskilling, what you should do is try to, so if there are 3 stages, right? One is before upskilling, during upskilling, and post upskilling, right? So we're just talking the theme, sorry, the experience. We're talking about the experience that's before the upskilling, right? So IC is 20% leadership with 80% technical. Leadership is 80% and 20% technical. So these are the 2 things, right? So if you're senior and if you're still looking for technical jobs, make sure you're the bullet points are focused excessively on your previous experience, right? What you did, top technology, impact in dollars or millions of savings. That's very, very important. If you're a leadership, write what you did extraordinary. What is the hustle? Write also the impact, right, of what you have done. I'm just making it up here. So this is a cool example that I just got. Used Power BI to, use new techniques to reduce churn. If within the service line. Okay. Let's say opportunities within the customer support service line. Reduced overall churn by over 31%. Increased. So bottom line, at least, okay. Increased top line by something like $2 million, right? Write things that you've impacted. Take some time. Use verbs. Now is not time to be shy. Just see, okay, there are 3 things. Aapne kaam kiya, kya kaam kiya, and then you've done work. What is the work you've done? And more importantly, what is the impact of the work, right? So if the work has impacted like, revenue savings of 2 million or 1.5 million, some number, even if it's 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, something, just keep writing like that. So that will demonstrate leadership. Okay. Mid-level, again, go back to 2 bullet points focused on your previous work experience, what you did, the impact in, like I said, dollars or hundreds of thousands of savings. Again, leadership, again, focus more on the verbs of what you've done, and so on and so forth. In terms of students, I see this big trap of certification. You attend a webinar and you want certification, etc. List all the activities that you have done passionately as a student, starting with your current college year. That is much better than random certifications, right? Don't be the certification trap. Then you can even do as much as possible the high school. That's it, nothing more. Maybe high school, that too, 11th and 12th, and it's extraordinary, right? So list about your internships, right? You can talk about coursework. You can talk, meaning the coursework with outside of classes, like as in, if have you gone with a professor and done an internship or a research associate? The things that people like. Have you participated in college events? Do you have leadership skills there? College events could be like technical. College events could be like, so we had at IIT Madras, we had non-technical, I think it's called what's Sarang called, the cultural fest. Cultural, it's fine. Whatever you've done, what is the role you've done and what did you do? Again, write it in that same format. Very, very important. Okay, cool. So we're going to end the session now. Happy to take any questions that you have. And what we'll do is we will now, next time when I see you, I will take up a resume and try to edit it based on these pointers, right? Or we'll pick up from here and then we'll go there. Cool. Again, thank you so much for your time.